Hey everyone, my name's Amal and you're watching Newsbreak. Let's see what's coming up on today's show. Out of control bushfires in Greece, the bad news from a new climate report, and celebrating the best Olympic moments. But before we get into any of that, why don't you hit that subscribe button? Thousands of people have been evacuated from the Greek islands of Evia as fires burn across the country. Firefighters are struggling to keep them under control. Here's Kale.
It might look like another planet, but residents from the Greek island of Evia were actually escaping this. Over the last week, more than 55,000 hectares have burned across Greece, as the country sweltered through its worst heatwave in 30 years. Temps soared to 45 degrees, homes have been destroyed, and 2 people have died.
We feel lost, we feel abandoned, we feel alone.
The Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis has blamed climate change for the fires, saying scenes like these are becoming a lot more common. There was some positive news though. Firefighters managed to save historic sites like a former royal palace and Ancient Olympia, the birthplace of the Olympics. But with fires still blazing through parts of the country, the battle is far from over.
A really important report on climate change has just been released, and the news isn't good. It's from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, a UN group of hundreds of scientists who looked at more than 14,000 scientific papers. It found global temperatures will soon be 1.5 degrees higher, a point where we'll see more extreme weather events. And it's going to happen much sooner than we thought. That is, unless world leaders make some big changes right now. It says greenhouse gases are the biggest problem and wants coal power to be phased out in developed countries by 2030. NASA's looking for 4 people who want to pretend they're living on Mars for a whole year. They'll live in a simulation of the Martian habitat and act out missions as if they're really there. Here's Leela with more.
Yes, sometimes the best way to prepare for something is to carry out a simulation first.
Why would I be good for the job? Well, I took good. Brains smart. Ideas a lot.
For NASA, they're preparing for something much bigger than a job interview. Sending astronauts to Mars. That's why they're creating a 158 square metre simulation of the red planet's habitat, called Mars Dune Alpha. It's being 3D printed inside a building at Johnson Space Center in Houston. 4 lucky people will be selected to live in it for a year and work a simulated Martian exploration mission. Complete with spacewalks, limited communication back home, ready to eat space food, and equipment failures. Actually sounds pretty tough. But it's all about seeing how they cope, paving the way for real missions to the Red Planet, which is very cool. And they're not just looking for anyone. Only American citizens or US residents aged between 30 to 55 are eligible, and they have to tick a bunch of boxes. For the chosen few, I hope it goes better than my simulation.
Who's great? This guy, maybe.
The Tokyo Olympics has officially come to an end, so you know what that means. It's time to look back at some of my favourite moments for wrap-up time. Let's start with the final medal tally, and the US finished on top with 39 gold medals. China came in 2nd and Japan 3rd. But we Aussies did pretty well, coming in 6th with 17 gold medals and 46 total. It's our equal best Olympics ever. Quite a few of those came from swimming legend Emma McKeon. She took home 7 medals at Tokyo, the equal most by any woman in any sport in Olympic history. BMX rider Logan Martin claimed the first Olympic gold in BMX freestyle, while Keegan Palmer did the same thing in the men's park skateboarding. While Andrew Hoy became Australia's oldest Olympic winner, earning a silver in team eventing at the age of 62. The Australian men's basketball team won their very first Olympic medal, beating Slovenia in the bronze medal match. It's hard not to be inspired by some of these awesome moments, even if you're watching from space, where members of the ISS came up with their own events.
The players must get the ping pong ball through the hatch seals without touching the ball with anything other than their breath.
Alright, sweet, that's all from us, but before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and we'll catch you tomorrow.